Hello, welcome back to another episode of Stragglers. I'm at the wonderful Vanmanyo Street to check out some of Britain's oldest loco-hauled services, the Chiltern Railways Silver Sets. Yes, hello, welcome to the beautiful Vanmanyo Street station. Today we're checking out nearly 50-year-old carriages, which Chiltern Railways run between Vanmanyo Street and London Marylebone. Today we're checking out standard class and business zone to see what both offer and to see if they're still good in the 21st century. The Chiltern Silver Sets are all hauled by Class 68s, built between 2013 and 2017 and have a top speed of 100 miles an hour. Chiltern Railways inherited the Mark III's and driving van trailer from Wrexham and Shropshire when they ceased operations in 2011. In 2012, Chiltern heavily refurbished the sets, including the application of their new livery, automatic plug doors instead of slam door, large doorway vestibule areas, retrimmed carpets and retrimmed seats, new side panels and repainted wall end coverings, and power sockets at each seat, as well as improved LED lighting, and, more recently, PIS information screens. The driving van trailers were also modified to be able to work with the Class 67s and more recently the Class 68s. The Mark III's are used on select diagrams which you can find in the description below, between London Marylebone and Vanmanyo Street, as well as peak services to Stourbridge Junction. The Mark III's were first built in 1975, although the Chiltern ones are slightly more newer and the business zone carriage dates from the 80s. Let's have a look inside and see what these units have to offer. Inside standard class, each carriage has a vestibule with a toilet in, which was pretty small but nice and clean. Inside standard class, it's your usual 2x2 style seating, with lots of bays, which I think is an added bonus. There are a few airline style seats if you prefer them though. The standard class seats I think are amazing. I think the padding is really good and they feel super duper comfortable. Perhaps if you're a little on the larger side it would be a bit more difficult to fit in as there is a fixed armrest. Although the layout is very similar to how they would be back in British Rail era, I think Chiltern Railways has done really good in the refurbishment of these. I think the colours look amazing and the lighting is great too, making them feel like they're first class almost. The airline style seats are more modern, so have less padding due to restrictions but are still pretty comfortable and have wings too. Not to mention a huge tray table. Now let's see what Business Zone has to offer, which was declassified in this service. Chiltern Railways stopped catering in 2018 on the silver sets, although the remnants still remain. As you would expect from a first class style interior, it is 2x1 with large tables at every seat and lots of room for disabled passengers. They have the same ambient style that can be found in the rest of the train, which isn't a bad thing. The seats themselves are really comfortable I think and are some of the best in the UK. They're similar to the 225 set first class seats on the East Coast Main Line. The seats also recline, although this is temperamental. Like standard class, every seat has a plug but no USB, as well as storage racks and spotlight. Here you can find the PRM specified disabled toilet, which is nice and spacious and looked clean. Everything was also working fine too. Venturing towards the London side of the train, we find the driving van trailer, which allows the locomotive to be controlled from the other side of the train, allowing for push-pull operation. It was starting to get a little busy now, but we were bang on time for departing towards Warwick. Talking of Warwick, let's look at our journey for today. Our journey takes us through the Birmingham suburbs, through the towns of Solihull and Dorridge, before we hurtle through the countryside, past the small stations of Hatton and Lapworth, calling at Warwick Parkway and then finally Warwick before the service continues on to London Marylebone via Leamington and Banbury. The overall ride quality of the Mark III's is actually pretty darn good for a train that's nearly 50 years old, although these carriages are probably 30, 40. Although as you can hear, there's quite a lot of squeaking, which is because you can't hear anything else. If you're near the locomotive, all you can hear is loco. If you're near the driving van trailer, all you can hear is the squeaking of the carriages sort of bumping together and going around corners and stuff. It's not too bad, but it's annoying that the doors for the vestibules seem to sometimes not close due to errors and stuff, so all you can hear is the squeaking. We soon passed the least used station in Birmingham and the West Midlands, Bordesley. About 5 minutes later, we passed Tyseley Depot, who maintain the Class 172s, 196s and 170s. About 10 minutes after leaving Birmingham, we pull into the town of Solihull, best known for being the founding place of Land Rover and being the home of the British equestrian team. The next stop for us is Dorridge, which is famous for being near Birmingham. I'm not too sure, probably not famous for much. There is one funny thing here though, is that the station is managed by Chiltern Railways, but the car park is managed by West Midlands Railway. This is probably quite confusing for passengers. After leaving Dorridge, we enter Warwickshire, and you can certainly tell that, because the scenery starts getting really nice. As mentioned earlier, this service passes through several stations, one of them being Hatton. The steep tilt signifies we're entering Warwick Parkway, the newest station on the Chiltern Main Line. Opened in February 2000, it was built to serve the nearby towns and villages and to allow for large parking capacity that Warwick Station does not have. It was so successful that in 2010 a new multi-storey car park was built. Unusually, this station is actually owned by the council and not Network Rail. Although passenger figures dropped below Warwick's during COVID, it's still a significant stop on the Chiltern Main Line, and every Birmingham to London service stops here. So, moments later, we pull into Warwick, where I left the service. So what are my overall thoughts on the Mark IIIs with Chiltern? I think they're amazing. I think they're a lot better than the 168s. I like the 168s, sure, but these are just a level above. You feel like you're luxury, and you don't get that on any other train going from Birmingham to London. I think that they are really nice, they are old, they are noisy, but they're retro, and it's a good retro. I would certainly recommend you try and get in these units before their apparent removal between May 2024. This could change. Check the comment below if it has changed. But yeah, I really like them, and if you get on them, you're very lucky, so enjoy it. If you did like the video, please like, subscribe, it would mean a lot. Thank you so much. Check out all my socials in the link in the description below. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Stragglers video.